Okay, so we're back and it's Deadline's turn. It says this: at the start of the villain turn, if there are no catastrophe cards in play, flip Deadline's villain character cards. Alright? So we flip and we flip. So he's gone from the remorseful Echo Vandal to once again the radical Peacemonger. Alright? So he's a Greenpeace dude once again. Here he goes. Watch out. Okay, so start a turn. Nothing to do there. That's setup. Sorry, I'm looking at gameplay. So we're at the end of the turn. We're not at the end of the turn. Sorry. So we did the start of turn stuff that we needed to do here. Yep. Okay. And now we play a villain card. It's a device. It's a relic, and it's called the Astasia Sphere, or the Ataxia Sphere. It's a device. So at the end of the villain turn, this card deals the hero target with the lowest HP 2 infernal damage. If that target is a hero character card, that hero's player must either discard one card or shuffle their trash into their deck. Okay, that's not so bad, especially because Wraith has some built-in protection. Alright, so we did the start of the turn for the villain. We played a card right here. Now it's the end of the villain turn. So this says at the end of the villain turn, if there are 3 or more catastrophes, there aren't. Otherwise, play the top card of the villain deck. It's a catastrophe called Calculated Orogenesis with a start of turn effect. We're at the end of the villain turn, which means the Astaxia Sphere is now going to do its job. It's looking for the hero target with the lowest HP, which actually is Ra, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I wish it was her, but it's not. So he is going to get 2 infernal damage. And will need to discard a card or shuffle his trash back into his deck. Okay, so 2 infernal damage puts him at 20. And I don't see why he wouldn't just shuffle his trash back into his deck, honestly. That doesn't seem like such a bad thing, but you never know with these villains. Okay. Trash is shuffled back into the deck. Everything is over for Deadline's turn, and now it's Hero's turn. In fact, it's Ra's turn. Was a card played? Yes, a card was played. I nearly missed that. I nearly missed my green eyeball thing. So we played one card, which was this one, which means the targets with the lowest HP regain 1. And that would have been Ra. So instead of 20, he's got 21 HP. Okay, glad I caught that. That's what these eyes are all about. And it's still happening. So when he plays a card, he'll still benefit from it. Okay. Well, oops. Razor Ordnance belongs over here. So, with the Staff of Ra, you can see we've got that. So I'm definitely playing that. That's very powerful for him. So, it's the beginning of Ra's turn. So we're going to play the Staff of Ra. When this card enters play, Ra regains 3 hit points. Plus, we played a card to the positive energy field, and he has the lowest HP, so he regains 4 hit points. So Ra's now at 25 hit points, which is awesome, just for playing that card. Now he gets to use a power, and he's going to use his Pyre power, and he gets to increase damage dealt by 1 because of the staff. So he gets to do 3 damage to a target, and I believe he's going to do it to Deadline, which brings Deadline to 69. That's the end of Ra's turn. He draws a card, Staff of Ra, that's pretty good, and he's done. Over to Wraith. I have in mind That's a good one. Combat Stance, which I mentioned last time, is a good one. But Utility Belt is very good because I can use an additional power during my power phase. So we're going to play this card, and we're going to use this power. We're going to use Razor Ordnance. So in playing a card, because of the positive energy field, the person with the lowest hit points is going to be Wraith. So she gets 22. She gets 1 extra HP. So we play the card, we benefit from the distortion, she benefits from the distortion, and now she gets to use 2 powers. So first of all, she's going to use the same power, okay? So we're going to put 2 of those on there, all right? And that'll help us to remember, that's enough I think, okay? But that'll help us to remember next time she's given damage, she can reduce that damage by 4. So that's pretty significant. Okay. Now the second power she's going to use is her Razor Ordnance. So she can deal 1 target 3 projectile damage. On second thought, I think I just... No, that was Ra that did that. So she's going to deal 1 target 3 projectile damage, and that's going to be Deadline. So we're going to bring him to 66. So she is finished. There's no end of turn. She draws a card. That's a good one. And her turn is over. Now the hero round, as it were, isn't over yet. I still have to draw from the sidekick deck, for lack of a better term. And we get Fanatic's card. We flip it to the depleted side. So one player may play a card, one hero regains 2 hit points, or select a hero and increase the next damage dealt by that hero by 2. So that's interesting. So let's have a look. I can do some serious damage here. How about Ra plays this? It's a one-shot. It's called Fire Blast, and I can deal 1 target 5 fire damage. So, if I play this card, I get 5, and we boost that with his staff, so that's 6. That would be 6 damage to something. And I'm going to play that card and do 6 damage to Deadline. That's going to bring Deadline to 60 points. Okay, so one player may play a card. So you played a card. Now hold on, because of the distortion, playing a card, the character with the lowest HP, the hero, regains 1 hit point. So Wraith just healed up. Okay, so Ra's done. So Wraith, remember, Wraith can play a card as well, but she could also regain hit points. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay. Okay, I can destroy an ongoing or environment card, and then I can draw a card if I use the grappling hook. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to destroy this catastrophe, and I'm going to draw a card. And that's it. So the hero turn is over. Time for the environment turn. No cards were played there. Oh, I shouldn't say that. The grappling hook was played. So, once again, the lowest HP hero is the Wraith, so she gains an HP because of that distortion. And she moves up in her health as well. That gets discarded. We move on. There's no start of turn effects for the positive energy field, so we draw the card. Negative energy field. Okay, so when this enters play, destroy all other distortion cards. So that comes into play. I don't think that'll take effect. It's simply destroyed, which means the green eyes all come off. So that's done for now. And it says, when a card is played, whenever a card is played, deal the H targets with the highest HP 1 infernal damage each. So deal the 3 targets with the highest HP 1 infernal damage each. Ah, interesting, interesting. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that too, because that's going to happen every time a card is played. So that's the end of the environment turn. That's the end of, what is that now? Three rounds? Or possibly 4, I'm not sure. But let's leave it for there, and we'll pick it up with the next turn in the next video. Cheers.